the Dallas Mavericks is one solid wing away from being a contender. Meaning, a wing that can shoot three-pointers and a wing that can really play make for this Dallas Mavericks team. I think you would agree as a fan, Carlo, that Luka Doncic needs help when it comes to playmaking. He's getting the bulk of the offense. That's why also he's getting a lot of injuries. And a wing that can also defend. I think they need a wing defender who can stop the star players of the other team. Do you agree as a fan, Carl, as a fan?
I think we need more than just one player to be good, actually. You are actually nicer to the Dallas Mavericks than me. But with the injuries, I mean, you can't expect Luka Doncic or Kristaps Porzingis to play, every given game. So one wing player, if they're complete, yes, maybe that will make them a playoff team. But in terms of what's happening in the NBA right now, they need to make really creative decisions just to keep their heads above water. And siyempre, tatanungin din natin itong si JVee Casio na kasama natin ngayon. JVee, we all know that your team, the Blackwater Bossing, also, suffering injuries here and there. Ikaw, Baser Amer is also, in and out of the lineup. But just how difficult is it mentally to stay in the game knowing that you might not have a full roster of players playing in your next contest?
Sa totoo lang, hindi ko masabi. Kasi as a coach, siyempre mahirap talaga, you have this, parang inisip mo na yung first five or second five, you have that, kung sino ipapasok mo. Pero, di ba, you just work on the pieces you have. And the next man up mentality also is crucial. And for this Dallas Mavericks, with so many players being out, it's hard also for Coach Jason Kidd to do what he wants for the players. And I agree totally with that one solid wing. I think he had that before, maybe few seasons back. I like how Seth Curry plays before with them.
Yeah.
Pero yun lang, medyo undersized siya sa spot niya, but he has that individual capability of scoring, shooting the ball on spot ups. He helps the offense, and I agree totally do sa one solid wing. If to be a contender, actually, di ba, may big three na kailangan minsan sa isang team eh. So I think that's what they're missing.
Alright, so for my second hot take, I think Carlo will also agree with this one. Luka needs to play better on defense and he needs to get into better shape. I think so. That's what I think. He's still young. I think he has a lot of upside, but that's what he needs to do, and especially now that he wants to have a legacy in the NBA.
Well, aminado naman si Luka na he did not come into the season in the greatest shape possible. But again, as you said, he's young and it will be part of the learning process, not to enjoy the offseason a little too much. He was coming off the Olympics, of course, playing for his home country of Slovenia. So yes, it will be difficult for him to turn it around that quickly. So maybe this season, we might not see the best of Luka Doncic.
All right, so for my third one, enough about Luka. We'll talk about Porzingis. Porzingis, medyo hindi nag-agree yung lahat ng fans dito, but I think he needs to develop a post-up game. He's good at shooting. He can put the ball down the floor. I don't want him to be like a Joel Embiid where he's super dominant on the post. Something like a parang Dirk Nowitzki type where he still has a threat on that post and a different kind of weapon for the Dallas Mavericks.
You can't compare anyone to Dirk Nowitzki. I'm very sorry, Diego.
As a Dallas fan.
But yeah, not even in the same sentence right now. But I agree. I think, though, the good thing is that Coach Jason Kidd will allow him to discover other areas where he can be effective. Kasi nung huli nilang coach, as we saw in the postseason as well, he was limited as an outside shooter. And Kuya JVee would say na, of course, importante na meron kang big man who can shoot, but you also need to have interior presence because if it's not him, wala nang ibang pwedeng dumikdik talaga sa loob for the Dallas Mavericks. Tama ba, Kuya JVee?
Tamang-tama. Sa totoo lang, ang maganda kay Kristaps, yung shooting niya nga nandun. It spreads out talaga. Pero once it switches and kung labas lang talaga, he has to take it inside. Even to a taller forward, he has to bring it in. Parang diin ba? Di ba? Kailangan ng diin sa post eh. Yun yung hahanapin mo kay Porzingis. Maybe a little more bulk physically, maybe, or a little bit more patience in the post. Kasi from what I see, yung patience niya sa post, medyo wala pa.
Yes.
He's looking to shoot it right away and maybe he has to work on it even more.
Especially pag mismatch, no? So we'll go on to the fourth take. I'm not sure if Carlo will be happy with this one. The Dallas Mavericks won't make it to the playoffs this season, especially with Luka Doncic out, Kristaps Porzingis out with injuries or COVID protocols. It's just gonna be tough for them because they're not that deep for them. They're 8th right now, but I'm not sure if they're gonna rack up wins without their 2 superstars.
Here's my hot take to your hot take. As long as the Los Angeles Lakers also don't make it to the playoffs, I'll be fine. I'm kidding.
Not a lot of Lakers fans.
I'm completely kidding, but I understand where you're coming from, Diego. I mean, it has looked shaky, so unless they get hot, it will not happen for them.
Kuya JVee, do you agree? Or may chance ba yung Dallas Mavericks?
That's a good matchup, Lakers and Mavericks.
For the last spot.
So playoff spot for that, yung play-in tournament, that's gonna be interesting.
Yes, pero it's just yung just being complete teams, players being there to play but I think they have still a good chance making it the playoffs because they're not the parang only teams na na-experience yung mga ganong type of unfortunate events. So I think whoever gets the healthiest team again can make the playoffs and be a contender. So
I agree.
Yun.